Hey guys, welcome back to the Director's Guide to Growing Your Photo Day program. I'm Tyler Smith, the Director of Operations here with Select Photographics. And if you haven't already downloaded the guide, you can do so just below the video here. Just go ahead and click on that link there and you'll be able to download the whole guide, and then you can print that off and use that for anything that you really choose. But then we also have these videos, and so this is video number 2. And there's going to be a few more coming, and we're working hard on all those, but they should be available very soon. So let's get started. So last week, just to quickly review, last week we talked about the costly misconceptions of your photo day program. Today, though, we're going to talk about the 3 dangers of choosing the wrong photographer. And then the next week, we're going to do the 4 industry ripoffs and how to avoid them, followed by the mistakes to avoid when choosing a photographer. And all of this is ultimately teaching us how to create an organized, hassle-free, and fun photo day, which is totally possible, actually very easy to do if you just know the very simple steps to doing so. So let's get started with the 3 dangers to choosing the wrong photographer. So the first one is simple, and we've probably all been there. Your phone rings off the hook with angry parents complaining about their photos or your lousy photo day program. And oftentimes the phone calls don't come to you as a league director. Sometimes they go straight to the photographer, and that's a good thing. The phone calls should be going to the photographer. But what we're wanting to make sure that you understand is that choosing a photography company is a big decision. And the reason is that photographer actually represents you. Yes, they represent themselves as well, but they represent your organization. Oftentimes parents don't even see a distinction between the photographer and the actual league. So when making this decision, it is really important, and ultimately, it's going to save you time. If you have a great photography company, 1, you're going to have very, very few phone calls. But 2, all of those phone calls are going to go back to the photographer, and they will be able to handle the issue, whatever it is, immediately, get it rectified, and then we will have happy customers, both you and the photographer. So honestly, think to yourself, how many times have you been called about a mistake with a photo order? If the answer is more than once, that's too many. Because the photographer should have documentation with every single order that goes out that says, hey, if we make mistakes, if there was a problem, give us a call and we'll be happy to get that corrected for you right away. Without having that literature in there and very prominently displayed, the first thing that a family does when they see that their picture was, the name was misspelled or whatever the issue might be, very first thing they're going to do is they're going to call the league. But the league can't do anything. You didn't misprint that. You didn't spell the name wrong. You have no way of fixing it either. But they don't realize that. So one thing you want to make sure that your photography company is doing is that they have very clearly stated literature that shows that anytime there's a problem with the order, 1, that they're going to take care of it. They've got a money-back guarantee or an ironclad guarantee of some kind. But 2, that if there is an issue, call us and we'll fix it right away. So number 2, you're forced to waste your time doing the photographer's work. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you're helping with the scheduling or the distribution or anything in between, stop. That's not your job. The photographer is paid fairly darn well to do what he does, and that's their job. That's what we do. We handle all of the scheduling. We handle everything up to photo day. After photo day, it's our job to distribute the photos to the parents and to make sure that that process is 100% smooth. So I don't want you doing any extra work. The photo day program should be 100% hands-off for you. The photographer should be very involved with the entire photo day process and should make sure that they're communicating that with your entire league. From the coaches all the way down to the parents and then eventually even to the players, but also with you. You should always know what everything that's going on. But it's just way too often that we hear that league administrators or directors are helping the photography or the photographer in menial and annoying tasks like scheduling or like distributing the pictures. I know that's a pain in your butt if you're doing it, so please stop. Alright, so number 3. The photo day program becomes inconvenient for the coaches, parents, and league administrators. This is a deal breaker. This ruins an entire photo day program. The league will crumble when they have a bad experience. So be sure, here's a couple things we want to make sure happen. You want to make sure that you are as convenient as possible for everyone involved. For yourself, but also for the coaches, the parents, and the kids. All it takes is one really bad year, one really bad season, and you're in trouble. Because what will happen is coaches will realize, you know what, that photo day, that whole experience was just a pain. The scheduling was difficult. We waited around in lines on photo day, and then they were late delivering them. And then when we got them, there was a mistake, or any combination of any of those things. Quickly, a coach can become discouraged with the photography program, and then we'll just drop out. So next year, his team won't do pictures. And it doesn't take too many coaches making that decision, and you've got a real problem on your hands. So again, there's no quicker way to do this than by delivering late. So make sure that your photographer has a guaranteed delivery date. It should be within 2 to 3 weeks. Ours is 12 business days. It needs to be somewhere within there. You need to make darn sure that you've got a way to guarantee that your photos are going to be delivered before the end of the season, or you're going to have a catastrophe on your hands. You're going to have next year, your participation rate in your photo day program will just plummet. And no one wants that. Not the current photographer, not the new photographer, not you, not the coach. No one does. So just make sure that that's something that they have. Not only do they guarantee it, but they really do have mechanisms to make sure that they can achieve that. And most all photography companies are able to do that, but just confirm that with them and really let them know that you're going to hold them to whatever their guarantee is. So let's talk one more time about the Photo Day scorecard system. Again, last time we said that what we're going to do, it's a $97 program, and it's guaranteed to identify at least 3 areas for improvement within your Photo Day program, and we're going to offer easy to implement improvement strategies. Now, as we talked about last time, it's not going to be $97. It's going to be totally free to you. You can click below to get scheduled, but if you have about 30 to 45 minutes and you would love to be able to save time, grow your Photo Day program, ultimately put it on autopilot, and generate more revenue for your league, then you need to take advantage of this. We'll meet with you wherever we need to, but we would love to buy you a cup of coffee and talk through what this scorecard system will essentially reveal to you where you have some problem areas and then how to fix them. So go ahead and click right now. You can schedule below. It's going to be up there for about the next 48 hours as free, and then after that we're going to go back to the typical $97. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We would love to chat with you, and we look forward to doing your Photo Day scorecard, and give us a call if you have any questions. Thank